The anime that gets adult romance right.
So I'm 27 years old.
Okay.
Oh,
Time to start watching
come on.
Rent a
It's not even
Girlfriend.
And I like watching slice of life romance anime.
My favorite.
I always have, and I probably always will. But what I don't like as much is watching these shows and then immediately turning into dust because some of these kids are literally half my age. And of course, there's a
Yes,
lot
I want to see older people. I want to see 70 years old guys.
of these.
Romance.
High school, middle school.
Wheelchair
I'm
old
not even
people.
dogging on the
That's
high
what
school
I wanna
romance anime
watch.
genre. These shows are amazing. They're adorable.
Yes,
and
I have to say yes.
Okay, I have to be careful how I say this. I love anime that happen to have high schoolers. I don't.
I love that phrase. It's so hard to say it because it's not bad that they're saying that. This is a story. This is just a story. But when you try to say it, it's so hard to say it, and it's
Love
not weird.
High schoolers. I also don't think
Yes.
you necessarily have to relate to something in order to enjoy it. I love Vinland Saga, but nothing in my life has ever really resembled that shit even a little bit.
I think I'm
Thankfully,
like
same goes
Dr.
for Attack
Stone.
on
I
Titan.
think Dr. Stone is most like my life.
Or Tokyo Ghoul. I can't relate to that shit. But this also translates into high school rom-coms. My high school experience, and probably yours too, did not
Bad.
look like this, or this, or
Man.
this, but we can enjoy them.
People, one time they sent hentai to me and was Lucario, the Pokemon, to me, and they said, "You love Lucario. Now you need to see Lucario naked and doing furry stuff and hentai stuff," and that's the type of bullying that I received.
Regardless. But it's equally true that as we get older, tastes can shift, and seeing adult characters doing their boring adult things can be something that we seek out as well. So
No, I
I'd
don't
like to
seek
take
that.
this opportunity to
Take
talk
that
about a
away
show
from
that
me.
just finished airing that barely anybody fucking watched, with adult characters who live real adult lives and
Aw.
engage in an adult relationship. No sports festival, no fireworks watching,
No,
no getting
I want-
locked in
I
a
want the
storage closet, no
fireworks.
first kiss, no school culture festival, none of that shit. We've got
Yes,
these
just boring, just paying bills, taxes, and
two
that's
people
it.
here. They work in an office
Oh
and they
my
love each
God,
other.
I hate work.
And they fuck. I think that's beautiful.
Oh.
But before I get into this one, I think it's worth noting that
Now I
there's
know
a
why people like this.
decent number of adult romance anime out there, to their credit. Bodokoi is one of the most popular examples and probably
this
the
one.
single most frequently recommended show in this genre. It's about a group of adults who are all otakus, and they like to do nerd shit on the side when they're not working. It's funny, it's
Yeah, it's very
charming,
cute,
It's
this
just a
one.
good time. And as for the romance,
They
the
do this
relationships are
thing.
more or less already established by the time the show starts. So instead of seeing the relationship build up and then ending the show right when the couple finally gets together, like we get way too often in high school romance shows,
And then
this show
everybody gets cheated on.
gives a lot more peeks into the actual relationship itself. What daily life looks like, how the characters care for each other, and how they
Oh
balance
my
their
God, this guy's a giant.
relationship with work and hobbies. Now, another way to interpret the word
Depression.
adult when we're talking about adult romance shows is depression. And that's
Yes.
exactly what we get from shows
My first encounter with depression was at 4 years old.
like Nana. Not to say that there's no fun or comedy in Nana,
Oh my
because
God,
there
this one's
absolutely
good.
is, but the overall story is a lot darker. It's
one
way
is
more
good.
serious, and it's basically like a full-on soap opera drama series dealing with a lot of heavy themes, the harsh realities and struggles of life.
When they kiss, it's so cute when the
Heartbreak,
girls
loss,
kiss.
difficulty finding a place in the world and figuring out what you want to do, you know, just a lot more realistic. And compared to a show like Watakoi, the romances here are a lot messier.
Yes.
There's characters who get together and break up, there's cheating, there's betrayals, pregnancy scares, you know, all this scary
Yes,
adult
poisoning.
shit. This isn't a Nana video, but honestly, Nana is its own
Poisoning politicians,
kind of
everything
masterpiece,
happens.
so I'd recommend it if you're looking for some real deep human drama. Just a fair warning that you will absolutely be living in Spain without
What?
the S. Okay, but
my
going
God,
back to the
no,
more
I don't wanna
wholesome
live in
series,
pain.
I've noticed a bit of a resurgence in these wholesome romance.
In fact, it's the opposite to me. When I see sad people, I start getting better. I don't know. I think I compare myself to them, and I think like, oh my God, I'm feeling better now because I know they're in a worse
of
moment
life
than me.
shows centered around adults rather than teenagers in recent years. The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague, which came out a few years
wanna
ago
watch
and has
this.
a questionable title, and 365 Days to the Wedding from last year
I
are both
watched this one, the first episodes.
both great examples.
cute,
Of this.
it's cute.
Both of these are set in the workplace where the characters are young adults
I dropped.
experiencing love for the first time, and both series have characters who are just dorky as shit and really lovable. They both also have gimmicks. So Ice Guy is technically kind of like a fantasy series where some characters are descended from spirits
wanna
and have
watch
certain
this
kinds
one.
of magical powers. The main character, the Ice Guy, is
I am the
Well,
ice
he's
guy.
an ice guy. Basically, his emotions are connected to his snow and ice powers, so emotions like love tend to cause snowstorms right on top of him.
Oh my god, this guy's exactly
Honestly,
like
other
me.
than that, though, the show kind of just functions exactly like a normal, wholesome...
Because when I feel some feelings, everybody runs around like I'm having, I don't know, a nice new ice age. And everybody's like, let's get the fuck out of here because we're gonna freeze and let's do it. And that's how it feels when I feel something. That's why I don't feel feelings.
Slice of life romance show. The magic powers thing isn't really that big of a deal with the show. And then switching over to the other one, 365 Days of the Wedding, the main characters work in a Japanese travel agency, and it's been announced that there's a new branch that's opening in Alaska, and that one unmarried person will be chosen to transfer there. So to avoid getting picked,
so funny.
our main two idiots here pretend to be engaged to each other. And
it's like you don't have a choice. You need to go to Alaska. You don't have any choice.
Shit, can you believe it? They go from pretending to be in love to actually being in love. Holy shit. Revolutionary storytelling, never before seen plot point. Oh my god. Now the appeal of this show is really centered around the main two characters and how goofy and dorky they are as they try to put this scheme together.
They're both
and there's
autistic.
also a lot of surprising moments where they dive into some more adult themes.
Oh my god, this guy has the best face I've ever seen in my life.
And ideas. There's a lot of thought put into the overall question of what does it mean to get married. That was honestly really thought-provoking.
I think I don't know what it means to get married, but I think I know what it means to get a divorce. It means like I've never got a divorce, but I know how it means. It's like your belly is not good one day and you don't wanna eat much sauce and sugar, and that's it.
Even give you some examples of relationships and marriages not really working out to put some nuance into the whole thing. Marriage is a really serious commitment, and they treat it like that. And plenty of the cast beyond just the main two end up exploring.
Man, this guy is crying a lot. Look how much the whole street is drowned.
A lot of these ideas and hardships too. Now, I like both of these series, but honestly, they kind of also have the same issue, where yes, the characters are adults in an office environment instead of school, but looking at the way they act, you could honestly also just put them into a high school show and they wouldn't really seem out of place at all. Not to say that adults aren't allowed to be shy or anything, not at all, because there's absolutely a lot of validity towards representing adults who don't quite feel like adults yet. Myself included.
I'm gonna feel like an adult when I'm dead, I think.
People who have technically...
Or when I am a dad, I don't know.
Grown up,
I'm not a dad,
really
but if I was a dad, I would feel dead. Oh my god, I don't know.
And people
how
who never really got to
myself.
experience romance when they were younger. The one exception is Rent a Girlfriend, which goes too far.
My favorite.
That shit is technically an adult romance, except the characters are like 2 years old with how they behave. Oh my fucking god. So maybe it's not really an issue, but I'd still like to see more adult romance shows that have older characters with a more normal, healthy relationship.
I think that's gonna become more normal to
this last show
this
is.
modern
I
times.
have a crush at work, also known as Can You Keep a Secret? Or Kono Kaisha ni suki na hito ga imasu.
Okay.
Is an anime that just came out this year, and it's based on a manga series that I love and have been casually following for a few years now. And to summarize why I like it, this is one of the most accurate depictions of a normal, healthy, modern relationship I have ever seen.
Okay, who's being cheated on? Because this is the healthiest you can get. Somebody's gonna get cheated on.
The story itself is pretty simple. These two, Yui and Masugu, have been working at the same company for years. They start out as these kind of workplace rivals, but as they get closer, they fall in love and decide to start dating. But the big twist, oh my god, is that they want to keep their relationship a secret. Not because the company doesn't allow it or anything.
It's like Chandler
it's basically
and
just
Monica.
because it's kind of annoying if your coworkers know you're dating. Which, yeah, valid. And the show basically just follows them.
I don't care about anybody. Everybody's irrelevant to me.
They live their lives, try to advance their careers at work.
I would just put my middle finger to them. I don't care. I hate everybody.
The relationship
no, I don't hate everybody. I love everybody.
From others. And there's also some side characters and a side ship going on. But
when you don't have an eye, when you don't have eyes, yes, you're really a side character.
Simplicity, we're just going to focus on the main one. It's not really the spiciest, juiciest story. There's no massive, dramatic revelations. It's just a relatively chill story about two people in love. And also about working. Like, a lot.
I know. The part of working, we can skip that.
And both...
Like, we don't like that. We watch anime because we don't like to work. We don't like real life, okay? I hate real life. I don't like it. I don't want to know
Yui and
about
Masuku
their
trying
work.
to achieve their career
I don't know
goals
about the documents, the files. I don't want to know about that.
and motivating each other to do so. Of course, there's also a lot of fun and silly moments that come from when they're pretending to not be a couple in front of other people at work. Like at work, they're still pretending to be rivals, so they're all like, fuck you. And then the moment they
good.
get home, it's like, I would like to fuck you.
Man, they're just
But honestly,
punching
my
each
favorite
other in
parts
the
of the series
face.
come from when they're not pretending. Because like I just mentioned, the portrayal of this relationship is as close to normal as it gets when it comes to anime and manga. These two are comfortable with each other. They talk openly, not just love talk, but about their goals in life, their passions,
Yeah, they
their
talk about
insecurities. We get
cockroaches.
so much natural, down-to-earth conversations between these two whenever they're
wanna
not
see the
pretending
conversations.
to be at each other's throats.
Because
And
I don't know what's normal. I don't know what is normal, to be honest. I don't know how you can have a normal conversation because I've never had one in my entire life. So show
found
me
really
this
refreshing.
anime. I
And
want to
think this
know.
all comes
I want to
about
know how
because the
you can get a normal
depiction of
conversation.
this relationship is really balanced. This is a story that's told equally
talk about
from
the
the guy's
government.
perspective and the girl's perspective, or rather a lot more equally than like 90% of other romance shows out there. There's no like, oh, I'm this lame self-insert shy introverted bowl cut high school boy
This
with
is a strange skull. Look at the format, the size. It doesn't make sense at all.
no redeeming qualities. But then the girl I have a crush on is the most beautiful, smart, popular supermodel with the best personality. Oh my god, you're so hot, Chizuru. Holy shit. It's just a lot more
Oh
grounded.
my god, everybody loves Chizuru. She's the best girlfriend.
Both characters are pretty normal. They both look fairly normal, and they both have good qualities and bad qualities. You know, like fucking normal, average people. Now, there is also the argument of, well, why would you watch a show where everything is normal?
Yes.
And my answer is, fuck you, I like
I want to see weirdos.
slice of life. But the way that
Yes.
the show builds up...
But we have a slice of life about a dragon maid, and you have nothing normal with that.
meaningful relationship is by actually building up each individual person's life. For example, Yui in particular is shown struggling at work from time to time, trying to push her products out but failing, but still wanting to improve, and she ends up confiding in her boyfriend whenever things get tough and she's looking for more support. She
She just wants love.
doesn't need him or rely on him heavily to fix her problems for her because these problems are still her own, but he's there to be a source of confidence and support for her. These two are not completely codependent. They're two individuals with their own lives, their own goals that are enhanced by being with each other, which I
Oh, this is cute.
think is a really healthy way to portray modern relationships. It's not that they can't live without each other, but having each other certainly makes things better. And now there's one last thing I wanted to talk about.
What?
And that's fucking sex.
Wow, now you're gonna see something. I don't want to see that. I'm afraid of that. That's my worst enemy.
Is normal. You,
No, it's not.
watching this video, are here today on this planet because two people did the
No,
deed.
no,
The reality
no,
is
no, no, no.
people
I'm artificially created.
fuck. Yes, even in Japan, the birth rate is like 1.2, which is very low, but it's not 0. So when I say that this series portrays relationships accurately, you can bet your stinky little ass that this includes sex too. They obviously don't
Oh my
actually
God.
show it, but they do get pretty close sometimes. The sex in this show is portrayed as just a thing they do. It's not this overblown thing that gets a ton of focus, but at the same time,
Man,
they
this
don't
is the
shy
most normal anime ever made.
away from it. They communicate it properly and regularly, and this, once again, makes it so refreshing to see compared to all the other shows that treat it like this crazy taboo thing. Oh my god,
The other
sex.
shows, it's like everything is showing all the time. Yeah, all the girls are just bouncing their giant watermelons. Everything is happening there, but nothing actually happens. Nothing.
What the fuck?
They don't
Oh
do
my
the
God, what?
reproductive moment. They just tease.
Weird. And just like the relationship itself, this is balanced too. Sometimes he initiates, sometimes she initiates. Their reasons for wanting to do it also can vary. In episode 6, Yui has a really tough day at work and just goes over to Masuku's place, and they just fuck. Just to kind of
What?
help clear
This
her
is the
mind.
anime?
And then they have like this post-coital conversation afterwards where they just talk
Yes.
more about her day.
Let's
It's
talk
not-
about all the eagles and the owls.
not this huge emotional buildup leading to a big climax. It's just, fuck, I'm stressed. Let's fuck so I can be less stressed. In other words, the show has casual sex, which a lot of other romance anime are too afraid to portray. So yeah, I like how they portray sex in this show. It's normal, it's
The
casual,
ranked sex. We want to know the
it's
ranked
natural,
sex.
and it's hot. Like, it's pretty hot. as a bonus. Now, this show isn't
Yeah,
even
nice. That's
really
what
a
we
particularly
want.
standout anime.
That's what we all want.
Reviews are okay. The voice acting and music are fine. The production is pretty average. The animation is just all right. Like, there's not really too much going on.
That's
like,
what I
there's no
like.
single
I like
point while
average.
watching this where I was like, holy shit, this is blowing my mind, which is fine.
Oh,
This
it's
is not
blowing my
Aki
mind.
making coffee and chainsaw.
Man, having a real reproductive moment, I think this is blowing. This is a groundbreaking in anime.
Man, we don't really need that here. Shows like this aren't really meant to blow your mind. They're not really meant to keep you on the edge of your seat, but I just kind of find them nice to watch, and I wish we had more of them. But yeah, the portrayal of
Yes,
this
I
relationship...
like this type of anime too. I enjoy every type of anime, to be honest. I just don't like sports because I'm lazy.